Carly had bitten her tongue back in December of 2006. And as she's a diabetic, it didn't heal quite as quickly. And as that progressed for a few weeks, it got worse, so she went to the dentist. And that's really how the whole thing started. She was diagnosed with stage 4 tongue cancer, and she had actually bitten into the tumor. You know, the tumor was growing. Luckily for her, it was in an area that was growing up, and she bit into it. And that's how they found it.
And it all happened very fast.
Yes.
I started this at my dentist, and he sent me to an oral surgeon, and then they sent me to Emory, and then 2 weeks later I was planning surgery. Like, it was
Quick.
Yeah. They decided it was very aggressive. It was stage 4 when they found it, so.
I lost my mother to stomach cancer back in 1990, and my husband, Carly's dad, died in 2003 of head, neck, and face cancer. And unfortunately, Carly drew the genetic card.
I chose a pretty aggressive form of the radiation and the surgery. And the surgery was 17 hours. And they removed pretty much everything in my neck that they could take out. And but before that, they had mentioned that I could opt for this surgery and then chemotherapy. And but with the radiation, it jumped to an 85% chance of it not coming back. And so, and with the chemo, I only had a 10% chance of it not coming back. So with the combination of them both after the surgery, I mean, they could almost tell me I'd never have to fight that again. So that was, I didn't really feel like I had an option. I didn't let it out. How could you choose not to maybe suffer more, but in the long run have a life?
Her plan was going to be chemo and radiation, surgery, chemo, and radiation. She had to have 9 teeth extracted first before she had the radical neck dissection, where they removed her whole tongue. And they took out, you know, anything they could in that area that they, you know, they cut a really wide swath. And when this happened with Carly, truly the love, the prayers, and the support that came, it just was incredible. I just could not, Carly and I couldn't have made it through this without our Electa family. I call it mine, but she's really like an adopted child to them. They all know her, she cooks for them, and it's just a great place to be. That company is so much more to me than just an employer. You know, they have, I cannot tell you, you know, that they really take pride in caring about each other. It's just my family. And you know, you really don't think about it until it hits home. And when it's your child, it puts a whole new perspective on it. And I really didn't even realize how much it was going to change my attitude about my job until I saw my child climb up on that table and have her put on the mask and the lasers line up across her head. And you know, I caught the Electa logo on the machine, and the tears started to stream. And I just have a whole different perspective now of what it is my company does. You know, we really do care about people, and we're in the business of trying to save lives.
It was kind of strange because we have Electa stuff around our house, you know, like things from cookouts or t-shirts and stuff like that, and it was pretty comforting because I knew from my mom and from the salespeople that we're friends with, I knew how much confidence they had in the machines that they made, and I knew how much confidence the doctors had, and just knowing that is very comforting in a very uncomfortable situation. And just to see something that you're familiar with and that you know works it's such a relief.
I am just so proud wherever I see that logo because I know how it touched my life personally. You know, and this is just another, to me, another, you know, fine way that Electa shows who we are. It's a great cause, and You know, I'm hoping for a cure, and I'm sure everybody is at my company as well, you know.
It's a blessing in a lot of ways. It's also a sense of was. It gave me an opportunity to really experience people loving me, and like knowing that people cared about me, and it's so important because I felt a lot of my drive to get better and to want to prove the doctors wrong because I didn't want to let anybody down. I knew that all these people cared about me and all these people were doing whatever they could to help me. And the least I could do was show up and do my best version of myself at that time. And we were just lucky that her company was filled with people like that they genuinely cared about me.
Oh, yeah. It was about 3 months from the day of surgery till we came back on Memorial Day weekend. And there was a group of people that surprised Carly, even coming home that day, that lined our neighborhood. They planned it. So as she pulled in, they didn't want to talk to her, they just wanted to show her support once again, lined our street going down to our house holding candles. And the timing was incredible. There was a full moon that night, I'll never forget. And nobody said a word to her. They were just all along the street and they were holding candles and just waving at her as our car pulled in to let her know. Right.
It was amazing.
It really was.
The tour neighborhood there was hundreds of candles all the way down the road.
And they knew she was really tired and in no condition to talk to anyone, so they blew out their candles as we pulled past, and after they waved to her, and we got to our driveway, and they all just left. Just to welcome her home, to let her know that the support had carried her home, really is how I felt. We're taught all of our lives how to be good givers. But this has been one of the most humbling experiences for me as a mother, you know, to learn how to be a good receiver.
But everything that is also gives you more perspective towards other people. And
every day's a gift. That's our mantra. After everything we've been through, we are both grateful for the gift of another day.
And that we have the opportunity to do for other people.
That's so
Even
true.
strangers
Yeah.
that we've met in the hospital, that we've had the opportunity to do for them what so many have done for us. Yeah. And that, I mean, you can't buy that. It's just awesome to make somebody else happy about giving them a blanket or giving them breakfast as they're in the hospital with their life or any little thing like that. It can change someone's whole day. And
it changed ours.
Yeah,
every day. Just.
And I know that we'll all die, and that will happen, and I'm okay with that. But while I still have it in me to fight, I'm not gonna. In the 6 stage for cancer, I thought, man, this is gonna suck. But never once did I think it was gonna kill me. And never once when I went blind did I believe it was permanent. And never once when I had hope for it did I think, oh, this is gonna kill me. If you can just believe that you have it in yourself to get through whatever that's thrown at you, it's pretty easy to be positive. And I'm still, every checkup I've had no sign of drop of cancer all along, so.